this is Persephone, and I have an announcement to make. I'm permanently, irreversibly quitting femdom for the sake of my mental health. I'm not going to change this decision. My content that is already femdom related and exists is going to remain both on my OnlyFans and here, but I'm going to move on to different kinds of more mainstream content. I'm not going to say vanilla because vanilla brings me some kind of negative association, something like, I don't know, missionary in the dark for 10 seconds under the blankets. I'm not this type of boring person. I don't think you are either, so we have a lot more things to explore. If you are one of these people that they're watching me and they're typing right now, "Oh, mistress, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you are going through this harassment," I'm going to remind you that unless you found my channel yesterday, or unless you really didn't watch my videos or paid attention, I have been harassed on and off, especially by femdom subs, for pretty much the last 2 years. And the last month has been so hard and so stressful that I almost had a mental breakdown that was entirely caused by these subs. So I'm done here. This is like an abusive relationship. 2 years ago, femdom was so much more better than what it is now. That's why I decided to publicly talk about it on this channel with you and not just do it under the table like I used to in the past. If you're wondering what happened and why I'm so furious today, I'm going to give you some examples of, I can say that the last month or 2 months I had over 100 harassment incidents, but I'm going to just spare you all of the boring ones and focus on the more extreme ones. So the first one was that there is a person that is from a non-English country. I don't know if they are Arab or Egyptian or Indian or something like that. I'm sorry, and that doesn't mean anything to the people with the races that I mentioned. I say this because it plays an important part. They joined my OnlyFans, and they were thinking that my OnlyFans, by the way, has over 400 posts at this point, could be even close to 500, and most of them are videos and lengthy ones, not 30-second scams. And you get all of the content that honestly, unless you're watching all day every day, 1 month isn't enough to watch it all, it's that much. And you get the chance to text me during the day and I'm going to respond to you. Or if you want my advice on something, I'm going to ask for information and give you my honest opinion. This person thought that by joining my OnlyFans, I'm going to be sitting there chatting him up for 3-4 hours every day for completely free on top of everything else. I cannot chat up people for 4 hours a day for $30 a month. Even if I was crazy in love with you and I was your real girlfriend, if that was your term, it wouldn't work out. I'm not this type of person. And I have made this clear on my OnlyFans advertising posts and comments many times. If you want to chat someone, if you want to get the girlfriend experience, I can send you to many vids, I can send you on Chaturbate, and there are very good models who provide it. So when I said no, he started threatening that he's going to steal all of my content and upload it to Arab speaking or I don't know, some other language speaking places where I won't be able to send DMCAs to take it down. And it took some time for support to help me, and I couldn't post in between because he was also threatening, and that was such a stressful thing. It took about a week to clear this mess up, and I'm still very upset. Now, luckily, they banned him and they banned his credit card and his name, so I hope that if he tries to infiltrate again, he's going to be stopped. The second incident was, sometimes I do cam shows infrequently, I don't have a schedule, mainly because I'm setting up a cam channel and I want to give advice to other models, but sometimes when I have a break, I just do it. And the last 2 years, because I do it on and off, there has been a person who finds me every time, and he's the biggest whiner and most negative person in the universe. And I told him that. I told him on his face, I never say anything about someone that I would have a problem saying it to their face as well. I said, I've never met a more negative person than you in my life. He's like, why aren't you here? I missed you. Why? I'm so lonely. You have to be here. I have to talk to you. It drives me nuts. And I always try to be professional at first and say to this person that I can't be here all day, every day. Please join my OnlyFans if you want to keep in touch with me. For 2 years, he was too stingy to pay the $30. Then, recently, I decided to block this person because I didn't want to deal with this anymore, and he immediately joined my OnlyFans to complain that I blocked him. You blocked me without a reason. And the second thing that came out of his mouth was, why aren't you here? Why aren't you online? I missed you. Then I had to do the right thing. and tell him that you should find a real girlfriend and you shouldn't obsess over online people, because I told you a million times that I don't have a frequent schedule. So I said this starts to become disturbing and creepy. Like, I was honest. I didn't use as harsh words as disturbing and creepy, but the message was that if you read a bit between the lines, which he did. And then he started saying everything happens in your head, and he started insulting me. And he said, when I say I miss you, I mean you are not online. What's up with that? What's wrong? What's going on? This was extremely triggering, guys. I have no problem admitting triggers, because I believe that if you are alpha, you shouldn't pretend that everything is always fine. You should face your demons, and you should share your demons with people going through the same. I reached a point where I feel that I'm really getting tired of my own bullshit. I left civilian jobs, I left the normal workforce, because I was trying to escape the rat race. I was trying to not live a life where I didn't have a single 30 minutes for myself during the day and crazy people demanding all of my time. And I created a different, disturbing, dystopian rat race where people think that if I'm not 24/7 half naked in front of a camera, or filming a video half naked in front of a camera, or something like that, there is something wrong. I'm going to answer once and for all this question, and apologies and trigger warning. Do you know what's wrong when I'm not online? I'm sleeping, I'm eating, I have real life friends, I have a life to live too, and I can't be online 24/7. The problem with the rat race is that even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat. Even if you make a lot of money, making choices that make you physically and mentally ill, you lost, in my opinion. So I started this job, and I started advertising femdom on YouTube, and I took a huge risk. I even got death threats more than once. I got my family harassed, my ex-husband harassed, my friends. Somehow they always find them. They even find the landline to my house to call my parents. I didn't do that to just be miserable in front of a camera waiting for something to happen. So I watched other people who do more mainstream media. I watched a girl who was doing a cam show, and she had some cute raffle show with tickets where people would buy a ticket to have a chance to win videos, and they were having fun, and she made $600 in an hour. And you know something? Good for her. I'm the idiot that I'm sitting here doing emotional labor for mentally disturbed individuals that they will never be happy. That if I'm here every day, they will say more. If I'm here still every day and have no life, they will say, why don't you date me? Why don't you talk to me 4 hours every day? And I want to remind you, I started this channel because I wanted to empower people who are different. Because I was also different. I was not neurotypical, I was not a typical bubbly girl without personality. I was the oldest basement dweller, I still am. And I wanted to say to these people that you're worthy the way you are, and you deserve to not live in Narnia deep in the closet if you're not 100% straight, or if you want to transition, you have the right to do so. And what I meant was, I'm here to help you. It wasn't, I'm going to be here as some kind of sick substitute, or I'm going to give you some paywall that after you pay the money, you get a chance to date me. You have to stop this sick celebrity culture or Twitch cam girl or I don't know what and obsessing over strangers. It's all about a social relationship. So this affected, all of this harassment affected my mental health so bad. And the last thing, the string that broke the camel's back, was that the people that I tried to talk to, and some of them were supposedly my long-term fans, they completely turned their back on me, they insulted me, they would be whining and not accepting my decision. So if you like me, and if I have helped you, you really want me to become mentally ill, to be constantly harassed by individuals that they have no sense of boundaries, and they want some kind of investment. You know something, I don't care. I didn't care before to be a slave of such people, and I'm not going to care now. If that's your idea, that you're going to pay some money and find some stranger and harass them into dating you, then I suggest investing that money on a therapist. It's going to be so much more better. And honestly, one more thing, I'm going to say it bluntly because of all this, I'm bored. I've been talking about chastity for like 4 years. I've been talking about feminization for the same amount of time. I don't know what else to say on that topic. I can bring the horse to the pond, but I cannot force it to drink water. I have so many videos, both here that they are free and on OnlyFans, that they are step-by-step instruction. I have my book that literally has a step-by-step plan for beta men to change their lives. And if you do it, you will change your lives. I still get messages, I still get tips and gifts from people that they did it and they found partners. They did it and they moved away from abusive boyfriends, from abusive parents. They left horrible jobs, they got an education. It works. If you don't want to do it, that's up to you, but I cannot provide an extra shortcut. I cannot perform magic tricks. I can give you some guide that we can adjust to match your problems, but you have to put the work. I can't lose the weight for you. I can't start setting boundaries for you. And in the more severe cases, I can go to therapy for you. If you have massive trauma, then you will need a real therapist, a real psychiatrist, potentially meds. I don't believe that meds should be the first choice. This should be the last choice. But I'm not here to substitute a therapist. The people who say, I feel more comfortable talking to you than a therapist, I understand that, but you have to understand that I can't take the responsibility that a therapist is going to take. The best I can do is you're going to talk to me and we can find a therapist together if that's what you need. Not everyone who joins needs it, but some people do if you have massive trauma. I went to therapy myself and I'm still ready to go anytime. It's not the same. We live in the 21st century and you're going to be the same. And at the end of the day, there is online therapy. You can do it in secret from the privacy of your house. No one has to know. And last but not least, another thing that has really almost given me a mental breakdown, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, and I know there are going to be all of these patriarchal, white men who live to make the world a handmaid's tale, and they're going to say, we told you so. I cannot deal anymore with the people sending me self-harming requests to get me banned from all social media on purpose. The people who are saying, it's so difficult trying to find a politically correct way to say it on YouTube. The people who are saying, I want to mutilate myself, how should I do it? Or I want to meet you to do it, or I want to consume XYZ drug, the latest horrible problem, a person who decided to transition by themselves and join my OnlyFans and bought a bunch of estrogen from the internet without a medical prescription or guidance. I don't know if it was from the dark web, but I told this person that this is not okay. If you want to transition, first you have to see a psychiatrist for your gender dysphoria. If the psychiatrist agrees and helps you because you're going to need psychological support during that transition, you have to see a doctor to prescribe the right dosages. Injecting yourself with random amounts of hormones that came from God knows where, I'm not approving this. And they became mad and they started insulting me and harassing me again. Why are you harassing me? Because I want what's best for you and I'm trying to look out for you. I think that a lot of these people don't want me to give them my honest opinion anymore. They just want some kind of sounding board, some kind of person to just reaffirm what they already decided to do. I'm not against transitioning, but if you really want to do it, you have to go through the proper medical protocols because you can get cancer from injecting huge amounts of estrogens without anyone guiding you. You're not going to take any blood tests, nothing, unless you're already a medical professional. Then if you know how to do it, that's fine, but this person was not. So, I'm not going to be part of this toxicity anymore. If you say you're sorry, you shouldn't be sorry. If you care about me, you should say, good for you for doing what's good for your mental health. If you're going to say, I had no idea you're going through this, just watch my past videos. It used to happen once in a while, and now it's almost every day or almost every other day. And I'm going to tell you, if something happens to these people and they're found dead one day, and an investigation starts, and the police goes through their files and the records on their PC, don't you think that if there is a dominatrix or any other woman encouraging these unsafe practices, they're going to be in trouble? I don't want to get in any legal trouble, and I don't agree to begin with. These are all self-abuse forms. Same with the people who contact me and they want to go have meetups with total strangers from gay dating apps to have unprotected sex and then go have sex with their wives. Excuse me, and you want me to approve of this? I'm like the one-punch man of femdom. I always was. I don't know what other mistresses are telling you. I don't know what they're advising. There are plenty of scammers. They're just going to tell you what you want to hear and take your money. I'm not one of them. I don't need money that badly, and I'm not going to risk landing in a federal prison because you were found one day dead from your stupidity and I was there encouraging you. So, for that reason, I'm done with femdom. My OnlyFans is going to be there and very active with lots and lots of different content. You're very welcome to subscribe, and if you still like femdom, you're very welcome to see the past content. I don't have anything else to say when it comes to chastity, feminization, and all of that stuff. I've said everything that I could possibly say. This topic is closed. I still support your right to explore fetishes and kinks and find a professional to do it with them also. And if you want help to find like a dominant woman to be your girlfriend or to do things safely, I'm also going to be there for you. For everything else, for the reasons that I mentioned, I simply want to be left to create projects that are going to help more people and they're not going to be constant harassment. I really hope you understand, and I want you to remember that it would have been so easy for me to just ignore and block the people who are asking while taking your money. So I want you to appreciate that. And if I ever helped you, to also appreciate that I'm not a cartoon character. I'm a human being as much as you are, and much more complex than these people who are just saying, pay me loser, or just humiliating small dicks and all of that stuff. I have 100 more sides that you've never seen. So please don't dehumanize people and turning them into cartoon characters, because sometimes I feel that there are people who act shocked if I have a different interest other than talking about that stuff.